Hey coach, hope you're enjoying the video. Make sure you subscribe and like. We love those. Also go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. If you want to become a better coach in less than $1 a day, you can do that. My mentor, my personal email address, I will help you become a better basketball coach. Go over and check it out. Let's head back to the video.
Hey everybody, welcome. Today we're going to talk about part one of a two-part series. We're going to talk about camp, youth camp, either off-season or summer camp or whatever specific thing you need to do. I think there's so many reasons you want to run a summer camp, and we'll go through what I think the key reasons are in a second. I apologize for my voice at this point. I have not swallowed a frog. I'm just been super sick and just turning the corner right now, and want to make sure I can get this out to everybody. And it's either this voice, which I always thought would be a great radio voice, or wait until I eventually stop yelling at officials and maybe the voice gets back to normal. But we're gonna go with what we got right now. So what I'm gonna do is take a sip of water there. I'm gonna talk about kind of the basics of camp. Kind of how we break up our camp, and then we'll talk about how setting up a camp. What I think is important for setting up a camp and for executing it in the proper method. So, the first thing is we always run our camp the first week the school gets out. It's easiest to get in the gym. It seems like everyone's focused and wanting to do it. Had one of my friends who's a graphic designer kind of design our camp brochure. And this is basically, we tend to do it all in one day. We run it for 4 days. I used to run it for 5 days. I used to run a 5-day camp, but I found, especially at the beginning of the summer and with summer getting in full throttle, that people take off on Friday. So the camp literally our numbers would drop in half on Friday. Easier to find workers, easier to find to get kids. My kids are going off playing AAU and baseball and all these kind of things in the summer. So it's a lot easier to get players back, get them working, that kind of stuff, which we'll talk about in the next installment of this. But some of the keys to setting this up. You got to figure out how long you want it to be, what you want to get done, how you want to complete it. Or is it a shooting camp? Is it a skill camp? Is it a defensive camp? Is it a camp just to get the young kids in your community or your AU program or your youth program to know other people in the youth program? What is the end result that you're trying to get to at your camp? And it took us a while. I've been running camps for 30 years, and it takes a while to get that secret recipe, especially in your specific community. But great way to raise money, great way to kind of bring some other things into the thing. Take a look at the best time to assemble the camp. Like I told you early, the best time for us is to run it right away. We run a secondary camp later in the summer, which is a shooting camp, but I have found, school's out, let's go. Summer starting, basketball starting, you all are going, and the young guys are going out playing and traveling. Let's go at it. We used to run, going down to the next one, set your target, set your age group, which is really important. Early on, we used to really bring the little guys in, kindergarten, first, second, third grade, and we still do that, but we make it much shorter. Their attention span is short. Their ability, for the most part, is short. If we have some talented kids, we always kind of can move them up, but what are you trying to get? What age? What specific age groups? Where are you going to run it? I've actually seen outside camps. We run ours inside. I can always guarantee it's going to be hot. Whenever we run camp, I can always guarantee it's gonna be hot. Organize your staff. This is a great time to get back to your specific, maybe a youth staff, your youth program staff, maybe your high school staff, to get together and discuss. What's the mission? What do we want to teach? What's important? What aren't we good at? What are we good at? How do we want to tackle this camp? Because this is the time, just like at the beginning of the school year, this is the beginning of basketball season. How are we going to go about tackling that? So I think that's important to look at. Cost. How are we gonna set the cost? How are we gonna deal with kids that can't afford? Are you going to give a t-shirt? Are you going to give a basketball? It's a fine line, because you want, and especially at the younger ages, I just want them there. I just want them playing. I just want them there. It does become a little bit of babysitting, especially at the younger ages, but I don't think you want to turn a seven-year-old off to basketball, because you don't know what's gonna come. Type of player the kid could be, what it could do for their lives, that kind of thing. So I think it's really important to keep the doors open. Creative activities, I'll talk about what we do in camp later. Speakers, we've had speakers come in, obviously, Wesley and some of my professional players have come in and spoken, but you can have community members, former players. There's all sorts of things. How can you get it out? How can you publicize it? We really, we run a youth program, so we get it out to a youth program, but it's really important, get it out to the local paper, get it out to especially the FIAD teachers in the middle schools and elementary schools need to become your friends. It's a great way for them to know about it, to get the word out, to help sell your program. And it's the same thing. If you're an AAU coach, you want to go get to the high school coaches. If you're running a youth camp, you want to reach out to the people in the neighborhood. So all that kind of twist, and this is up for their look, but it's never, it's never too early to start planning for the youth camp. It's never too early to to start organizing and looking at the specific things that you want to attack. So I'm sure we'll talk about more of this coming soon.
Thanks for watching, Coach. Make sure you go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. Make sure you subscribe so you get notified every time we come back on. But you will not be disappointed with teachhoops.com. 14-day free trial. Let's go check it out. Have a great day.